The film opens with a girl named Paget as she wakes up, quickly applies her makeup, and then goes live online to engage with her followers. As an influencer, she starts addressing questions and sharing beauty tips with her fans. After some time, she prepares for school and exits her stylish pink room into a slender hallway of an ordinary house. She has a quick conversation with her mom, who shares about her long hours at the hospital just to make ends meet. Paget then eagerly opens her mail and finds a $3,000 check from a brand she endorses. She desires to use it for purchasing more branded shoes, yet her mother encourages her to set aside some funds for college. Next, we see how her career as an influencer and her brand partnerships generate significant wealth for her. In order to maintain her image, she feigns residing in an upscale home by frequenting a luxurious apartment complex and having her friends come to collect her. Later, her best friends Alden and Quinn arrive in a convertible, and together they set off to surprise Paget's boyfriend Jordan, who is busy shooting a music video. The scene transitions to two siblings, Bryn and Cameron, cruising in a car as they head to school. Cameron is an unusual and overlooked student, shrouded in mystery, with no one really knowing much about him. Even his sister Bryn feels a sense of embarrassment when it comes to being seen with him at school. Therefore, she tends to steer clear of him. His sole companion is a girl named Nisha, who, like him, is a misfit, and they share a strong bond. Bryn truly admires Jordan's music, which leads Cameron to tease her by calling it lame and unreal. The scene transitions back to Paget, who makes her way to Jordan's shooting location. She's even baked a cake for him. Before stepping into Jordan's trailer, she turns to Alden and asks him to live stream the event on TikTok, so her followers can catch all the action. As she steps inside, her eyes widen in disbelief at the sight of him sharing a kiss with one of the backup dancers. The girl quickly apologizes to Paget and shakes her hand, expressing that she is a huge fan. Paget erupts in fury, hurling cake as she experiences a dramatic meltdown before her millions of fans. She shouts at him that it's over, and Alden catches her eye, reminding her that she's still broadcasting live. With a look of sheer horror, Paget stares at the phone, her tear-stained face, smudged mascara, and runny nose on full display. With a swift motion, she yanks the phone from Alden's grasp and abruptly cuts off the live stream. The next day, Paget is overwhelmed with distress and prefers to stay in her room. Her mother then arrives, sharing that breakups are indeed complicated, but reassuring her that things will get better. Paget replies that it's not merely the breakup. It's also the humiliation she faced in front of all her fans. At that moment, Quinn reaches out to see how she's doing. Paget asserts that she's fine and feels a sense of relief that Jordan has been exposed, leading to everyone now harboring disdain for him. Quinn insists that she log into TikTok right away to catch up on the latest happenings. Paget then goes online and discovers she is going viral for all the wrong reasons. A large snot bubble was emerging from her nose as she cried. Now, she's known as Bubble Girl. The viral video has transformed her into a meme sensation, stripping away her flawless girl persona. Suddenly, she gets a phone call from Jessica, the CEO of the beauty product company that sponsors Paget. Jessica ultimately decides to terminate the contract with Paget due to the awkward circumstances, expressing that they can collaborate again in the future once things have calmed down. Meanwhile at school, Quinn and Alden are deep in conversation about the incident, with Alden insisting that Paget had it coming. Quinn is taken aback and inquires if she implies that Paget deserved what transpired. Alden clarifies that she didn't mean that. However, with her high GPA, attractive boyfriend, and corporate sponsor, something had to give eventually. As Paget steps onto the school grounds, the taunts from her peers persist, while Jordan basks in the spotlight, attracting more admirers and attention. Paget and her friends fondly recall the days when Jordan was an awkward, overweight guy with unruly hair. Paget asserts that makeovers are her expertise, claiming she has shaped Jordan into the man he is today. Her friends then inquire why she hasn't made another Jordan. At that moment, an announcement rings out regarding the highly anticipated Prom King and Queen contest. Paget comes up with a brilliant plan to transform an unpopular guy and crown him Prom King. It will not only demonstrate to her that she still possesses talent, but it will also irritate Jordan. Alden challenges her, wagering that she won't succeed, and together, the three of them set out to discover the ideal guy for this endeavor. Later, they encounter Cameron, who is taking pictures of a garbage can and insisting that he finds it profound. Quinn looks him up online and finds just one tweet from 2 years ago that simply says no. He exhibits peculiar behavior, possesses a strong sense of self-importance, and tends to avoid social interactions. He's being bullied by Jordan, which makes him the perfect choice for their bet. The next day, Paget seeks out Cameron, asking for his assistance in capturing images at a fundraising event. However, he declines to assist her as soon as she brings up that the donation is for the prom event, which Cameron views as a frivolous endeavor. Bryn then offers an apology for his brother's actions, expressing that he holds a strong disdain for all students. In the course of their conversation, Paget learns that Cameron dedicates his free time to volunteering at a horse stable. The following day, she arrives at the stable and requests horseback riding lessons from him. She then assists him in cleaning the stable, and afterward, he teaches him how to ride a horse. He then realizes that she takes pictures every minute and starts to tease her about it. Later, as Paget attempts to dismount, they both tumble to the ground, bursting into laughter together. The following day at school, Paget expresses her gratitude to Cameron for the riding lesson. She then extends an invitation to both Cameron and Nisha for a karaoke party. Cameron hesitates at first, but Nisha's intrigue about the event persuades him to give it a try. At the party, Cameron and Nisha both sense that they don't quite belong. Paget steps up to the karaoke mic and delivers a stunning performance. But then, Jordan arrives at the party with the girl he had cheated on. This makes Paget freeze, and she becomes incredibly anxious about performing. Cameron, captivated by Paget's singing, rushes in to save her from further embarrassment. The two then delivered a spectacular performance, earning applause from everyone. Later, Cameron kindly offers to give Paget a ride home in his truck. Paget then deliberately leaves her purse behind, creating a perfect excuse to see him once more. The following morning, Bryn overwhelms Cameron with a flurry of questions about him and Paget, leaving him feeling anxious. Meanwhile, Paget gets a call from Jessica, who shares the exciting news that her duet video with Cameron has taken the internet by storm. Jessica then inquires about the guy featured in the video. Paget responds that he is her next makeover project, with the goal of making him even more popular than Jordan. Impressed, Jessica tells her that if she succeeds, the brand endorsement will be hers. At Cameron's house, Bryn excitedly reveals the viral duet video, making him blush with embarrassment. At that moment, Paget reaches out to Bryn, bringing up that she forgot something in Cameron's car. Cameron attempts to persuade Bryn to decline, yet Bryn extends an invitation for her to come over. Paget arrives and inquires if Cameron would like to join her for another riding lesson. He hesitates but ultimately consents. As the riding lesson unfolds, Paget and Cameron begin to forge a deeper connection. Paget confides in him that she had been eagerly anticipating her high school graduation, just like he was. However, with the loss of her sponsorship, she now finds herself at a crossroads, uncertain about her next steps. Cameron confesses that it's frustrating and expresses his longing to explore the globe and capture stunning photographs. He playfully mocks her for always snapping selfies for her fans. In response, she quips that at least she doesn't take countless pictures that will never be seen by anyone. He then offers to show her what he does, and they arrive at an old yet functional train station. Cameron captures the essence of street photography in this vibrant location, while Paget, experiencing it for the first time, finds herself utterly captivated. Later, while enjoying their coffee, Paget inquires about his decision to live with his grandma. He then shares with her that his father chose to reside in Sweden following their mother's tragic car accident. He reveals that the camera he uses was once his mother's. In response, Paget shares her own story, revealing the challenges of her parents' divorce and the dedication of her mother, who works tirelessly as a nurse to support her. Later, she invites him to Aiden's birthday party, which is going to be a Great Gatsby-themed extravaganza. Cameron happily accepts the invitation and inquires if he can bring a few friends along. Paget readily agrees. In the upcoming scene, Paget, Cameron, Nisha, and Bryn head out to shop for their party outfits. Next, Paget transforms Cameron with a stunning makeover, completely changing his appearance. She styles his hair and outfits him in a sharp suit. And now, it's quite clear that Paget has a crush on him. They all head to Aiden's party, and everyone is stunned by Cameron's new look. Jordan is also going to the party, and it seems he's been dumped by his girlfriend. Upon encountering Paget, He seeks to mend their relationship, yet she turns him down and walks away. Jordan then focuses his attention on Bryn, aiming to win her over. She has feelings for him too, but when he attempts to impose himself on her, she quickly departs and finds her brother amidst the throng. She then shares with him what just occurred. Cameron, filled with fury, confronts Jordan about the situation. Following that, the two engage in a fierce battle, and Cameron utterly humiliates Jordan in front of the entire crowd. Jordan then plots his revenge on Cameron by hurling his beloved Cameron into the swimming pool. Cameron dashes after it, then exits the party, camera in hand. Paget chases after him, expressing her apologies for Jordan's actions. Cameron then inquires of Paget why she seems to have developed such an interest in him, to which she finds herself without a response. That night, Paget sits in her room, gently removing her makeup. She then starts a live stream where she talks about her constant focus on looks and attitude. However, she emphasizes that it's far more crucial to consider the company you keep. At that moment, a text message from Jessica pops up, catching her attention. Jessica mentions that she's seen the viral videos from Alden's party and promises to call soon to discuss their sponsorship. The following day at school, Cameron discovers he is the focus of everyone's attention because of the viral video showcasing his fight with Jordan. Cameron is initially hesitant about the notion that this could make him a contender for prom king. However, he becomes thrilled when he realizes it would mean getting under Jordan's skin. Later at school, Paget unexpectedly runs into Jordan and Alden, who are now a couple. She comes to the shocking realization that Alden has been undermining her ever since their breakup, leaving the live stream running to humiliate her. Alden also shares that she and Quinn are aware of Paget's financial struggles, yet they never mentioned it out of compassion. Later, as Paget and Quinn engage in conversation, Cameron arrives and expresses his apologies for his behavior the previous night. After school, he leads Paget into a dimly lit room filled with his photographs, and they share a kiss. Later on, after discovering that Paget kissed Cameron, Bryn encourages him to invite her to prom. Cameron nods in agreement and makes a bold move to invite Paget to prom. But just then, Alden appears, revealing her bet with Paget to take a loser and transform him into the prom king. Upon hearing this, Cameron is heartbroken, convinced that she was merely using him as part of a wager. Paget attempts to clarify, but Cameron, filled with fury, curses and storms off. Days later, on the evening of the prom, Paget shares a heartfelt conversation with her mom before setting off to the event on her own. She also has a conversation with Bryn, who is feeling quite upset with her. Amidst the tension, Paget confesses her feelings for Cameron and seeks Bryn's assistance in securing his presence at the prom. Later, Bryn discovers Cameron at work and expresses how he has been reconnecting with his true self during his time with Paget. She informs him that they have lost their mother and implores him not to lose Paget too. At the prom, Paget and Jordan are crowned as the prom queen and king. In her speech, Paget reveals her authentic self, confessing that her social media persona is not genuine. She even reveals to them their actual home and shares that her mother is employed as a nurse. She confesses that she has been living a lie, pretending to be someone else, and ultimately chooses to relinquish her crown. Following this, Alden is convinced that she has become prom queen. However, the principal discloses that she lost by a significant margin, and that another student named Celeste is the true new prom queen. Outside the prom, Paget gets a text from Cameron, expressing how much he loved her speech. He approaches her on horseback. They exchange sincere apologies, followed by a tender kiss that speaks volumes. Months later, the scene transitions to Paget broadcasting from Portugal alongside Cameron. They are embarking on a journey around the globe together this summer. As part of Paget's punishment for losing the bet, they both receive loser tattoos, and the movie concludes.